Hey RCT, welcome back. In this video, we're going to be reviewing the XTL or my XTL 3000. I'm sorry, XTL 5000. I was asked to do a review on this radio and the control head a while ago, but as you know me, it takes me some time to get to these videos. So to kind of start off, this is the 03 control head. As I've been told, these are a little bit difficult to find now. I mean, you can buy the 05, which is the faceplate, the traditional radio front of it, but that requires additional wires, cables, connectors, at least a power cable to the control head, a power cable to the brick, a cable to and from, similar to this one here. You're going to need one specifically to the control head. But this is what the 03 control head looks like. And the reason why I picked this one is because, as you can see in the Jeep, these newer Jeeps, they don't give a lot of room to mount and screw things in like the older 2000 Jeeps that I had. I had a 2000 Jeep before where the Astro Spectra, I think it was just an Astro or a Motorola Spectra, the control head went right here, and then I had the speaker mic or the microphone right here, and I screwed it in with the microphone stand. Here, the Jeep's a little nicer, a little newer, kind of discourages me from screwing into things automatically or right away without sitting on it, thinking where I can put my accessories or devices. So I figured this is probably the most convenient or easiest right now. Is I bought this on Amazon, a little microphone magnet. It was like $12, $13. I didn't get the one that everyone gets. I think the first one that came out, I forgot the company, I'll throw it in here, but it was like $40, $50 just for this. And of course it came with a mount, but this is going to be just a cell phone holder here for the older school cell phone holders where the metal was on the back of the phone, and you just plug that in there. So that's what this is. I figure the easiest thing to do right now is put this here, and then I can have this right there. This is pretty good. It doesn't really move around so easily. And I can say even off-roading, it holds on pretty good. So the magnet for this is pretty strong. Like I said, don't ask me for specifications I don't know. Let me see if I can get better light. There you go. So that's what that looks like. And just two little pieces, a magnet, and then the 4 screws, and that's about it. I did have a magnet button here. It was right here, but I fell off here in the Arizona heat as it started warming up. It fell off. I know everyone tells me I need to screw it in, but this one doesn't have a way to screw it in. It was intended to just be a adhesive mount. So I don't know. I'll have to think about it. It was right here. It was actually a really good spot. If I didn't want it here, I had it right here. That way when I drive, I can still see what's coming through. If it's scanning, I can see what channel it's on. So it was actually a really good spot right here. I'll probably go and buy stronger adhesive. I'm sure I can get some at Walmart, some of that Gorilla adhesive. I think I have some anywhere at home anyway, so I'll try to see if that works. But it's just a little magnet. It comes with a little rubber side and then the metal side where it attaches to. So let me see if I can show you what that looks like. There we go, this side, just like that. And it's pretty strong, as you can see. It's kind of taking me a minute to take it apart. So that's what the little rubber piece is for, just to make it seem like it's softer on the touch, but it really doesn't make a difference. All right, so I have that there. It's going to be the same setup as my Astro. Sorry, let me take this off. It's going to be the same setup as the Astro Spectra that I had in here, where there's going to be an extension on the cable. This one's going to be very specific. This is a very expensive extension cord here. I think the cord cost me about $70, $80 in total with shipping and handling. And I think, you know, the hard part is you can't really buy these from Motorola anymore. So you really have to do a lot of hunting. Best place to find your accessories is eBay. And eBay, I call it now babe, because you don't know what you're going to get, if it's a good deal, if it's even OEM, meaning originally equipment manufactured. A lot of it is going to be third party, or what do you call it, aftermarket pieces. In this case, the cable, I can't remember if it was Motorola legitimate or aftermarket, but it's fine. It works well. And I actually have to get the one that clips in. Otherwise, you'll have to sit there and zip tie it or find a way to make sure it doesn't detach. So this one clipped right in, which I kind of like, so I can tug and pull on it as much as I want. All right, let me show you the brick underneath. I am running an XTL5000 40-50 watt R1. I'm sorry, R2. So an R2 means range 2. What that means is you can scan or you can talk from 450 megahertz to 520 megahertz. Range 1 is going to be, I think, like 408 or 430 to 450. The difference with those two is that if you get a it might have been like 380 to 450. If you get a 380 to 450, the benefit to that is that you can actually use that on handband. Your handband is, what is it, 446, 448. So that's kind of nice that you can reach those frequencies. On the R2, range 2 for Motorola, it's 450 to 520, which means you're shy of a few megahertz to reach that 448, 446. Locally here, I think we're on 448, but that's going to be the disadvantage of getting a range 1. Now, the benefit of getting a range, that's a benefit of getting a range 1. The benefit of getting a range 2, 450 to 520, is that you can actually scan and receive a lot of police bands. Police bands are between that as well. For example, DPS here in the Valley in Arizona is 460. So that's kind of nice that this reaches within that, so I can actually scan and talk. I think I did a video with the desktop XTL where I was able to use this to scan and talk at the same time. When I used to be a media stringer, I had some difficulty of scanning and having this on scanning here while the lady was in here hanging out and I needed to talk to her. I really couldn't get a hold of her on the radio because it was on the zone that's scanning. So this is going to be zone 8 and it's scanning, but I made zone 1 have the first channel as a talk. Now let me show you what I mean. Let me put this back on here. There we go. Let me get what should we use? The 5000 or the 8000, the Apex 8000. This is an all band. This is not what this video is for, but just to kind of explain, the 8000 is an all band analog MP25, meaning it can reach every band: VHF, UHF, range 1, UHF, range 2, 700-800 megahertz. Let me see if I can, let's see, which one should I use? I don't know. What do you think about this one? I like whip antennas, but I think this is a Balfing antenna. Haha, I know, right? Let me see if I can take us there. So let me take you to this setup. This is the same thing right here, where if I'm scanning, if I'm out stringing at nighttime and I'm scanning, I can actually, if nothing is being picked up, I can actually talk. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. I don't know if you can hear that. I hope you can. Radio check 1 2. There we go. So let's just say I'm scanning on, this this zone, and I need to talk to whoever it is. I'm out and about, or I'm trying to reach home, and I want to talk, but DPS is coming through. All you got to do is take off the scan. You can see there the scan, and then I can directly talk. Check 1 2. Same thing with this one. I can take off scan, and then I can talk. 1 2 1 2 1 2. All right, so that's how I set it up, and then I can go back to scanning. The nice thing I have is I have this channel here. Orange 5 is my main channel. I have it as priority scan or priority monitor. I forgot what it's called. Where in the CPS you can tell it that if anything comes through, I want you 1 2 1 2. That was an example there. I can interrupt the scan if it picks up anything on orange 5. And that's the same thing on this one. If it's scanning and it picks up orange 5, then it interrupts the scan and just broadcasts that information. So that's one thing I kind of or very much do appreciate about being able to set that up. You kind of have to mess around with it on the CPS to understand I think it's priority scan, and then you got to tell it which channel is priority. More than likely, you're going to have your channel 1 not be part of the scan list, meaning you can scan up to 15 channels because you should be on the one channel as the main priority, right? So if orange 5 is channel 1, channels 2 through 16 should be on the scan list, and then keep it on 1, right? Hopefully that makes sense. So that's how this is set up right here. And again, with this is I think it's a 50 watt radio, and I thought they were max 40, but when I went through the CPS, it allowed me to put up to 50, which is great because then I can go over to my GMRS channels and I can scan that. Let's see if I can do this. And then here, did I set this up yet with... I did not. So one of the other benefits about the XTL5000, and I think a few XTS5000s, XTL5000, XTS5000s, you can do MPL, which is multiple PLs, multiple private lines. You can use CTCSS and DCS, which is nice. I don't think I set this one up just yet with that, but I'll have to go back and set it up where I can do, let's see, scan. So what I mean by that is you can see here I have the little speaker there that comes off and on. So right now the CTC is off. The speaker means open channel, anything that comes through, let me hear it, right? You're going to see that again, and you're going to hear some noise come through. Maybe. Not now, but earlier when I was trying to talk. Now, when you hit the button again, you can program any of these buttons here however you want it to be. You can make this one monitor, you can make this one light, you can make this one scan, whichever. And then these are going to be preset. I think this one, I don't have it set up, but you can set this up with encryption, take off your encryption, your emergency channel in the middle, and then of course your power button. The cool thing about this one here is that you don't need to hit the power button to turn it on, meaning if I have this over here, I can actually just hit the PTT right here, and then it'll start to turn on. And it takes a few seconds. So it's kind of nice. I don't have to hit the power button there. I can just hit the PTT or push to talk button, and it'll start it right up. Okay. Now, so on the top left there, you can see a little speaker. So the speaker is on, meaning the private line or your tones, your CTCSS is off. So anything that comes through is going to be coming through, right? Let me see if I can show you what that means. What are we on here? 1 2 1 2. Right, so that came through. Now let me do this off. 1 2, check 1 2, check 1 2. I think the reason why it came through is because I have the MPL set to the same one. So right here, this is what the MPL looks like. So CSQ means anything that comes through. 6.7 is 6.7.0, which is a analog CTCSS. And then MPL 023 is a DCS, digital codec squelch 023, right? So if I have it on 023 and this one is on 6.7.0, you should get nothing coming through, right? See, it's keying up. 1 2 1 2, check 1 2. Okay, so that's not coming through. Now I can put this back to 6.7. 1 2 1 2. 1 2 1 2, check 1 2. Okay. What was I trying to explain to you? So okay, so then if I go to MPL 023, right, they're not going to talk to each other. But if I turn the monitor on, see it says monitor on. I can also do it right here. Monitor on. 1 2 1 2. Check 1 2. Now Okay, I guess I'll talk about DCS and CTCSS later. I'll make a different video, but there's a difference and one's better than the other. So that's that right there. You can mute. I'm not a fan of buttons here. Sometimes you're at a stoplight and you're trying to turn the volume up or down and change the channel, and all you keep hearing is beep, 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 right? I'm not a fan of that. Your zones, of course, are right here. I made some people, so typically when you set up your I forgot what they call it, your buttons or your, I forgot what they call them on CPS, but there is a section in CPS where it allows you to organize what to show on your radio, whether it's a handheld radio, an HT, or your mobile radio. Most people, I guess the common way it's set up is zone is always on the far left, and I don't know why, because if I'm driving, the last thing I want to do is have to reach over here to hit zone when I can just hit it here. Right? Okay, so last thing I want to do is reach over here if I'm driving when my thumb's on this side, so might as well just hit the zone here, and then I can start changing it. Okay. What else is there here? I have scan. I can do scan here, or like I said, I have a button here that does scan. Okay. Channel, so this is going to be something where if you don't want to use your up and down here, so mode here is my channel up and down, or you can go to channel and then you can select which channel. Either way works. It doesn't really make a difference how you want to set that up. Okay, then you have your nuisance. So nuisance is going to be nuisance delete. So if you're scanning, this is great if you're listening to GMRS and a channel is coming in fuzzy, not clear, and you want to keep scanning, but you don't want this channel to come in. You can actually hit the nuisance delete here, and that will void that channel until you turn the radio off and back on. So if you want to hear that again, you again have to turn the radio off and turn it back on. Now, let me see if I can show you what I mean by this. So let's say I'm scanning here, okay, and something comes in. I don't want to hear this. Hit nuisance and it deletes it. Nuisance again, deletes it. And now it goes on to the next thing that it picks up scanning. Delete, right? Nuisance delete, and then now it won't pick up anything until the next time. All right, so that's what your nuisance delete is. Let me go back to another channel. What else do we have here? View, you can view selected features, not much there. If you want to scan specific channels and not specific ones, you can make those changes here. Power, low power, high power, you can see the L there, the H is not there for high, the L is only here for low, so if you're on high, that just means you won't have anything there. Okay, there was a way to set a button here for low and high power, but maybe we'll set that one up for high and low, and I thought it was, but maybe not. STS is your status. If you ever want to use that, I think you need a console for that. Message, if you want to send messages. Okay, if you want to send one out, you can pre-text the messages, say where are you, where you at, on my way home. It's not going to make it. Okay, you can do that. Power, squelch, so I kind of like that you can actually change your squelch here. Very, very big plus. Sometimes I want to make my squelch very low. The recommended squelch for me is 2. Like you can do plus here, minus here, or you can do up and down this way here, however you want to do it. But yeah, it's a really great advantage to have the squelch here as it is, because most times on radios you can't change the squelch, at least not on your handhelds. It definitely won't be able to change it on your handhelds. But to have the option on your mobile radio, I think that's pretty awesome. Okay, squelch, let's see, let's go to secured or unsecured. I don't have that set up yet. Back to monitor, mute, zone. All right, so that's it. I did enable DTMF. if you want to. Okay, so let's go to, let's see if we can reach home now. Let's turn off this.
1-2, 1-2, radio check 1-2.
Let's see if I can get it closer.
Radio check 1-2.
Can we hear it? Let's see.
Zone 1.
1-2.
Oops. Oh. Let's see. MPL. I think it's 67. 67.
1-2, 1-2, radio check 1-2. 1-2, radio check 1-2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see if home base can pick it up.
Okay. And let's see if we can, what was I going to try right now? Oh, let's do DTMF. So DTMF is going to be the same thing as your XTS or Apex handheld. You're going to press the PTT here, and you're going to go. Okay, and let's hope it reached it. DTMF, maybe I'll make another different video for that, but DTMF is like your phone number. There's a sequence in order to control a device or communicate to a device or turn it off or on. Some people still use DTMF for with their bell things. I've seen people do alarms, or what are they called? Motion sensor alarms for their houses. When someone passes a gate, it sends a DTMF and vice versa. So it's kind of cool. But I did a Morse code, I think, video earlier where you can actually do Morse code on your radio by doing the same thing with DTMF. Just stick to one number, or stick to one tune or one number. Hopefully you can hear that. Let me turn this up a little bit more. Right, not the greatest. Doesn't sound like your Morse code on your Yaesu or Kenwood. But either way, you can annoy your friends that way if you like to. All right, so let's go to, so I do have, I don't know, some P25 channels in here. Let's see what we can do. So one thing to understand with scanning with a zone, let me go back to this one. So remember how we're scanning here. All right, this is my main channel. When I'm scanning on zone 8 with DPS, well, you'll see what I mean by that. Here is going to be all those, right? So I can talk.
Check 1-2, radio check.
I like to listen to make sure it sounds clear.
1-2, 1-2.
Now the little beep that you hear, that is secure on audio. It's supposed to tell you that you're secured. Some people like it, some people don't. The reason why I have it enabled on this radio is because on your analog channels, you don't have a PTT. There's no way to do a hack. On the new Apex version, I think there is a way to do talk permit tone on conventional, which is nice, but I'm still not ready for an Apex mobile radio. Maybe down the future I will. If I do, it's going to be an APX or Apex 8500, which is an all band, but not anytime soon. I definitely want the brick, same thing. This is going to be the same control head for the Apex, and right now I do have it on the XTL5000. So but let me go back to what I was trying to say for you to understand the hack that I have here. You're going to listen to it in a minute, the talk permit tone. So let's go to talk permit tone, channel 5. Now listen to the talk permit tone.
Check 1-2. Check 1-2, radio check 1-2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right. Now, same channel. I'm going to go to the other zone where I can scan with it.
One, two, 1-2, radio check 1-2.
Okay. Now, the reason why that's happening is because you cannot scan DVRS channels. So in order to have the talk permit tone hack, this radio check 1 2, in order to have this go through, you have to enable the DVRS hack, right? DVRS, TPT, and then transmit even when it doesn't hit the DVRS. So those are the 3 settings you have to have. On top of that, you need to have a single or a separate personality for that to work. What I mean by that is you should have a personality per zone on top of a personality for your scanning digital channels, meaning my zone 3, these are all DVRS channels or DVRS setup. Okay. Right? So they can all do that. But if I wanted to scan a P25 channel, it cannot have DVRS setup. So you'll need a separate personality for that without DVRS being set up. I hope that makes sense. Maybe I'll show you on a computer later on, but here and now it just does this. Check 1 2 1 2, and then you can still hear it. You can still talk. No beeps. I mean, other than the secure beeps, but this is as much as you're going to get. Hopefully that makes sense. What else can I show you here? You know what? Let's see if we can get something back home. Did we say that already? 1 2 1 2, radio check 1 2 1 2 3 4 5. We're sitting on top of the freeway overpass. Let's see if this makes it all the way home. All right, let's see if that works. I have the scanner at home hooked up to the GMRS antenna, which is, it's not on the top of the house, but it's pretty high up there that clears over the house, which makes it a big difference. Plus my house is on top of a hill, so I think that's awesome that I can actually reach over the house plus be able to communicate to the rest of the valley going down. In fact, I think I did 13 miles the one time, so this shouldn't be an issue since I'm on top here and I have the longer antenna. All right, I think that's all I have to go through this. I will be installing a R1, hold on, let me see, an XTL5000 range 1 110 power. And again, that one is range 1. I think it's 380, 450. I should be able to hit handband. Let's see. So it's 380, 450. Yeah, so I won't be able to hit GMRS. So I don't know if I want to have 2 radios in here. Let me see. Hold on. 380 to 450. And then yeah, so 467, 462 for GMRS, so it won't reach it. So I'm probably going to either have 2 of these in here, or I'm probably going to have an 05 control head in here, and I'm not sure where I want to put it here. I still haven't made my mind up if I just want to put it up here. I don't know if it's going to look good. I'm worried about the heat. I do have a sun visor anyway, or a sunshade, so it's not going to be in the sun entirely. But you know, of something sitting in the car for so long, I don't know. We'll see. I'm just kind of speculating right now where I want to put it. I saw a buddy put his down here in the middle. I don't know if I want to put it here. I kind of want to make my control head easily accessible when I'm driving, and up here might be the easiest. And I really just don't know where else to put it. Someone said put it up here. Hold on, let me put it up here. But then I got the sunroof, so that's not going to work here. There's nowhere to put anything up here. So like I said, I don't like how these newer Jeeps, they're really limited on what you can add as far as your CB radios. Like I said, my old 2000 Jeep, I used to have the Spectra down here, the CB radio down here, and the microphones kind of all over the place. It was a little nicer to have that. But like I said again, I'm just not ready to start drilling and mounting into the Jeep just yet. It's still in pretty good condition. It's still not outdated, indated. Is that something you can say? It's still indated. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. Control head up here, 05. I'll keep this one here, so I have GMRS plus my handband. That'll be kind of nice if I ever need to get a hold of someone out there. The reason why I want the 110 power is because, I mean, it makes no difference. I was out at Four Peaks at one time, and didn't have cell phone service. I witnessed these guys start a forest fire out there, and if I would have had my radio, the handband, I maybe would have gotten a hold of someone else. GMRS is a little different, where I'm not able to talk to a lot of people simplex. I could probably tuned into, what is it, 550, and maybe would have reached someone, but it was late at night, 10 o'clock. I don't know. I'm just thinking that if I had an alternative radio band, that might have helped, you know. No, not CB radio. I don't think I would have gotten anything on CB radio. VHF band, I don't know. MERS, no, I don't know. I just don't know if those are very monitored. I mean, I don't know. Maybe someday I'll get all of those radios in here, and at least I'll have more options. But cell phone didn't work, and that's what we are here as part of the radio check team, is having other means of communication other than cell phone if the cell phone goes down, right? So this is why we have our radios, right? All right, that's all I can have to share. Let me show you the brick downstairs. Let me show you the antennas, the same antenna, no different. And we'll call it quits. All right, let me step outside. Let me show you the brick. The speaker is the same. Everything's literally the same other than the control. The brick is different and the control head is different. Whoa, it's really windy out here. Wow. All right, let's see if you can still hear me. All right, so this is going to be the brick down here. As you can see it down right underneath. Obviously, the connector is a little different. The programming cable is a little different. And then, of course, the speaker is just shoved down here as it was before. I had a friend said he attached his to the side right here. I don't know if I would like that on road trips. I'll have it against my knee the entire time. I'm not sure if I'll be a fan of that. All right, now the antenna, same thing. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm on the freeway, but this is antenna, same thing. This is the two-way GMRS. I can't remember what the specs are, but it's GMRS. I don't think it's VHF and UHF. Could be wrong. If it is, more power to me. That means if I get a good VHF on it, I can attach that. And I think this was just for the scanner. I don't really have it hooked up full time. If I need to use a scanner, then I can use it. All right, sorry about that. I don't know if you heard any of that. It's really windy. I think we're catching a haboob pretty soon. As you can see, it's getting pretty windy here. The whole car is actually shaking. So, all right, so that's all I have. Let me know if you have any questions on the review on the XTL5000. There's just a lot that you can do with it. I'm very impressed with it. Like I said, I'm not sure if I'm ready for Apex. I just don't know if I need it right now. Having the multi-band, yeah, obviously that's going to be very convenient. So maybe in the very, very, very near future, I'll slap it on the credit card and go back to cup noodles until I pay it off. All right, RCT, that's all I have for now. Let me see if I can do a radio check for us. Are we still on orange 5? Go to orange 5. All right, radio check. We'll see you in the next video. Radio check over now.